Some of you are not processing the past. You are relitigating it, replaying the conversation, rewriting the ending, building a better argument, imagining what you should have said, waiting for the moment you finally feel right. Beloved, the past is not a courtroom, and you are not on trial. At some point, healing requires a decision: repair or release. Our official alignment anchor. Yellow light. Pause. Breathe. Right where I am, God is. And so I ask, what's the most aligned next step? Not the most impressive one. And I move, one faithful step at a time. Here is today's consequence. When you keep relitigating the past, you sacrifice the present and you call it closure. But closure doesn't come from winning the argument in your head. Closure comes from choosing what is true now. And the cost of relitigating is real. You stay activated. You stay resentful. You stay stuck in a chapter that already happened while your life waits for you to return. Because the mind will replay what the heart hasn't resolved. In this conversation, there are two familiar characters. Character A is the internal attorney. The internal attorney is brilliant and exhausted. They keep trying to prove what happened was wrong so that they can finally feel safe. The internal attorney looks like replaying scenes like evidence, building stronger comebacks, imagining different outcomes, waiting for the one perfect conversation that will fix everything, and keeping the wound open because it feels like protection. Character B is the present-day witness. The present-day witness doesn't deny what happened. They just refuse to live there. The present-day witness looks like naming the truth without re-entering the chaos, choosing repair when it's possible, choosing release when it's not, setting boundaries that protect the future, returning to now where God actually is. And listen, beloved, the internal attorney isn't dramatic. They're trying to protect their dignity. But protection becomes a prison when you can't stop arguing with yesterday. Here's what re-litigating can look like in everyday life. Relitigating can look like replaying what they said and what you should have said. Checking messages, photos, old emails, old details. Telling the story again and again, hoping it will feel different. Researching why they behaved that way to avoid facing your own next step. Needing them to admit it before you can move on. Waiting for an apology as permission to heal. Using the past as a shield from risk in the present. And here's our yellow light check-in. Is this processing or is this punishment? And here is the truth that steadies everything. Your healing cannot depend on someone else's awareness. You may never get the confession. You may never get the apology. You may never get the explanation that makes it make sense. But you can still be free. Because freedom isn't the past changing. Freedom is you changing your relationship to the past. And if God is love, love does not ask you to keep bleeding to prove that you were hurt. As always, our green light is not, they finally get it. Our green light is, I'm choosing wholeness. And our red light is not, I am bitter. Red light is, I am stuck rehearsing. Yellow is our holy hinge, because yellow is where you pause long enough to choose repair or release. I know the re-litigation loop. I know the desire to be understood so deeply that you keep revisiting what harmed you, hoping the story will finally resolve itself. But I'm learning, if I need them to understand in order to heal, I have handed them the keys to my peace. And I want my keys back. Sometimes the most powerful closure is not a conversation. It is a decision. Re-litigating the past is like driving while looking in the rearview mirror. Yes, you need the mirror. You need it for reference. But if you stare into it the whole time, you will crash into the present. The mirror is for information, not residence. Yellow light is when you look forward again. The pivot protocol. Pause, assess, and decide. Here is how to practice this today in real time. Our first step is to pause. When the replay starts, take one breath and say, yellow light. Our second step is to assess. Ask 3 questions. Is repair possible here, or is this a place that requires release? What would repair require? Accountability, consistency, changed behavior? What is the next faithful step that protects my present? And if you want the alignment chain, use this. Premise, what am I believing? Vision, what do I really want? Purpose, why does it matter? And strategy, what is the next faithful step? Because re-litigation often runs on a premise line, if I can prove I was right, I will finally feel safe. And beloved, safety doesn't come from winning. Safety comes from boundaries and truth. Our third step is to decide. Make one aligned decision, not 10, just one. And here are 3 options. Choose repair when it's possible. I'm willing to rebuild, and I need consistency and accountability over time. Choose release when it's not. I release the need for them to understand I am choosing peace. Choose a boundary that ends the loop. I will not revisit the story without a next step. If it comes up, I will pray, breathe, and return to now. And remember, this is not the most dramatic step, and it's not the most impressive one. It's the next faithful step. So here is your charge for today. Stop re-litigating the past. Choose repair where repair is possible. Choose release where it's not. Our yellow light, beloved, is to pause, assess, and decide. And today, practice this sentence. I will not live in the courtroom of yesterday. If you like to journal, use the following prompt. Where am I replaying the past, and what would one faithful step of repair or release look like today? If something in today's conversation stirred you, don't rush past that. That stirring is often the soul's way of saying, pay attention. This is your yellow light. And you do not have to navigate this alone. Because if you are craving clarity, if you are ready to live with purpose, and you want aligned action that holds up in real life, I would love to support you. You can reach out to learn more about Life Charter or what it looks like to work with me, Babs. Just send me a message with the word yellow and tell me where you feel stuck, numb, or unsure. I'll respond with the next best step and the simplest way we can walk it together. Until tomorrow, yellow light, pause, breathe. Right where I am, God is. What's the most aligned next step? Not the most impressive one. And I move, one faithful step at a time. Thank you for sharing this journey with me. I love you deeply. For in truth, we are old friends because we are one.